Hi, let me introduce you to Shield Investment Company Limited. Shield is a fintech company that is operating in Nairobi, Kenya, basically focusing on payday lending. Before I even tell you why we started Shield, let me tell you about the problem that people go through to get payday loans or other salary advances in the country at the moment. So the people are providing this service at the moment. It's either banks or mainstream salary advance companies, and they have one common problem: the manual processes involved in applying for salary advance. Even when someone is applying for as little as 3,000 bob, the process is like they're taking a loan of a million bob. They have to fill countless forms. They have to take forms back to their employer for signatures. They have to provide their 3 months pay slip, passport photos. They have to provide a guarantor, and all that takes time. And from our understanding is that a salary advance is an emergency. Someone either needs to quickly go to the hospital, or takes care of something that came up that wasn't in the initial plan. So apart from that, of course, is that the interest rates that are being charged for salary advances in the market are a little bit on the very, very high side. Banks, for example, charge anything between 9% to around 12%, and the mainstream payday lenders who are easier to access, for example, they charge anything between the 10% mark. Some going as high as 22%, which makes it very, very difficult to differentiate them from mainstream or other differentiate them from Shylocks. And why did we start Shield? We looked at the industry. We looked at the typical employee who's earning, amounts lower than $500. It means them accessing a facility either from a bank for a salary advance or from a mainstream lender. It takes longer than it's necessary, really. But on one side, from the mainstream lenders who have become predatory, the ones who are charging the likes of 20% interest rates per month, Shield now, we become that shield that protects that employee from exploitation. So how do we do it? So we've automated our systems in such a way that when an employee applies for salary advance, they get their money almost instantly. Of course, depending on the kind of agreement we have with their employer. But most importantly, we ensure that the application process is very, very easy. You can access Shield via USSD, or you can also do the same on the internet. So, we are really multi-channel, and it makes it very, very easy for the employees to do that. We don't require countless forms from the employee. You just need to access it through the code that we provide, or on the internet, and you're up and running. Of course, we're looking at expanding into other markets in Africa, but most importantly, as we grow, we are also putting measures in place as a company to ensure that we become responsible lenders, and that the employees who are borrowing salary advances from us don't get into debt cycles. So for that, we are organizing a series of financial planning classes in partnership with the companies whose employees are sending advances to, and we'll be able to advise them on how to budget, give them a template for household budget, what you need to budget, how much you need to save, and stuff like that. And most importantly, we're working across, around algorithms that will make sure that if an employee borrows an advance this month, the next month maybe the system makes them qualify for a lesser advance, which means they don't get into a debt cycle. But most importantly, we're also thinking through how we can be able to extend advances to employees maybe 2 months in a row, and maybe the third month they're not able to accept that advance. But in that period of time, we dig deeper and look at the underlying issues as to why these employees coming back, for one advance out of the other. Of course, we'll have to look in the companies in making sure that they talk to the employees to understand what is really, really happening. Having said that, at Pivot East, we are looking for partners. We are looking for investors. We are raising funds for on lending, basically funds to lend out. But we're also looking for, and for that we're looking at a debt arrangement. And for our own cost of sales funds, we're looking at raising 118,000 for equity, that's US dollars. And of course, that now will help us scale the business to be able to hit around 30,000 employees in the next 1 year. My name is Ken Pinako. I'm the director for Shield, and we will make payday lending responsible. Thank you.